Have you ever really noticed that getting dressed has nothing to do really with the clothes? I was standing in this very closet the other day, surrounded by so many new clothes, and I realized this closet is a representation of where I am in my life now. So today, we're going to play in the closet. We're going to show new things. We're going to put looks together, share new pieces, share ideas, and also discuss and have a real conversation about the women that we're growing into. Welcome to the first episode of my new series, Closet Therapy. Let's get into it. Welcome to Closet Therapy, where we style the clothes, unpack the thoughts, and become the women we're called to be. My name is Crystal Waiters. I do all of the things, girl, from styling, makeup, artistry. Simply put, I'm a fashion and beauty enthusiast. And if fashion and beauty is something that you love to do, what are you doing? We introduce a new series out here, and you still haven't subscribed? You gotta get with it or get with it or get gone. I need you to hit that subscribe button wherever it is. And while you're at it, hype me up, hype up today's video. It is a good one. All right. As you can see, I'm standing in my closet. It is Friday night, July 10th. While everybody is enjoying the Usher and Chris Brown concert, I decided not to go. I had a suite lined up and everything, and I decided not to go because, one, I just saw Chris Brown. Two, I actually just saw Usher at the Super Bowl, and I'm like, yeah, FedEx Field is not my favorite venue, so we forewent that and went to a comedy show. I went to a comedy show today at the DC Improv, and I saw Marcus D. Wiley. He used to be on the radio with Yolanda Adams, and he has a series or a show about marriage that I haven't checked out yet, but I used to love him on the Yolanda Adams morning show. And when I tell you, if he's in your area, please, please, please go out to see him. He was phenomenal. He was really good. I really wanted to see him because a lot of comics lean to vulgarity, sexuality, and a whole lot of cursing to be funny. And I think you have to be a step above the rest to be able to be as funny as Marcus is without cussing, without using vulgarity, and being a Christian. So if he's in your area, please check him out. Like I said, today we are in the closet, and I want to discuss and share a number of things about where I am in my life, what these clothes, these unworn clothes represents, while also sharing the new clothes that I've picked up and some accessories that I picked up. So let's get into it. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your little libation, and let's get involved, shall we? So I do have several hauls coming up. Not quite sure when I'm posting this, but I have a Zara haul in the vault and a massive, and I mean massive, Shein haul. So I think in today's video, I'm going to share my pieces that I picked up from Pretty Little Thing, Fashion Nova. Some of the girls are liking Fashion Nova, like I like Fashion Nova. Naked Wardrobe. Yes, we're going to save Akira for its own little situation. So, as I'm sharing the pieces, I do want to get your thoughts on things, but I'm also going to be discussing where I am in this season of my life. So, for the first piece, let's start with Naked Wardrobe. I literally just picked this up today. It was dropped off today. And I absolutely love the packaging. So Naked Wardrobe had a sale, and I've had my eye on this piece. Now that you see it, you probably know what it is. I have a suit from Naked Wardrobe, my leopard print suit that I absolutely love. The quality is top tier. And when they came out with the tortoise print blazer skirt, and with this collection they did capri pants, I had to hop on it. But I kept forgetting about it. So when I saw it was on sale, I said, let me grab it. So I'm going to try this on. I got a small in both, the blazer and the capri pants. I hope these don't look like biker shorts on me. You guys know I stand at 6 feet tall with the inseam of 38 inches. So hopefully these will be okay. So this is the first look or first set. And when I say I'm in love, I love this detailing in the back. Like, I got a small in my leopard print suit to medium, and it fits a little bit big now, so I sized down, because since I purchased that suit, I've lost some weight, and this fits perfectly. Only thing I'm a little nervous about, I don't want the capris to look like shorts, but yeah, I'm not mad at it. I love the print. This was a genius idea to make a suit in tortoiseshell. And I settled on the capris because the skirt to this suit is very, very short. Just like my leopard print suit. So I'm limited in where I can wear it. So this, I can make it sexy or make it more conservative by either pinning this close or adding a camisole underneath. Yeah, this is everything. So, as you guys know, I love shopping. Shopping is my favorite thing to do. However, I noticed, as I stated in my opener, I was standing in my closet not too long ago and realized I have so many clothes, so many unworn clothes. And I asked myself, why is that? I believe it is a reflection of where I am in this season of my life. I want to do so many things, and I feel God calling me to something higher and greater. And these clothes represent where I am now, what I'm holding on to now, and what I'm trying to fight against, while also becoming something that I know I'm being called to. So, what do I mean by all of that? Where I am now, I'm accumulating so many thoughts and ideas, and it's so many things that I have inside of me that I want to get out, but I feel, or I'm making myself feel, that I have to go a certain way to be successful, as opposed to taking a risk, betting on myself, trusting God in the process, and going in the direction I feel lies within my heart. So by trade, you guys know I am a counselor. I've been a counselor since 2008. I went to school for it, and a little self-disclosure, I have my bachelor's degree. It is, can you see it? You might can see it. So my bachelor's degree is right there. And I have my bachelor's in rehabilitation services. So I went to school for counseling. I have been doing it nonstop for what is this, year 18. And I've been trying to get my master's degree since 2009. This is a vulnerable moment for me. Every time I try to pursue a master's degree, something in my life prevents me from accomplishing it. I have gone to now 3 schools, and I still have not been successful in accomplishing that goal. I've been programmed to believe that to be successful, you have to have an education, you have to have a great job where you can move up in, i.e. a federal government job. You have to have a great retirement, and you have to be a corporate baddie. But ever since I can remember, I have always saw myself on a platform influencing the masses. I never necessarily knew what that looked like in particular, but I always saw myself higher. So much, in fact, it was even prophesied over me in 2019 that I would be higher, have a higher platform, and I do. By the grace of God, my platforms are growing. You guys, my community, we are building a community, and my social media platforms are growing. But unfortunately, I have not been consistent, nor have I shown up in the way that will render true success, in my opinion. So, standing in this closet the other day, it made me think about where I am in this season and the difficulty it's been navigating this season. God has called me to something greater. I don't know if that's ministry. I do believe it's ministry, and ministry can take form in many ways. This could be ministry. Of course, most people associate ministry with ministers preaching in the pulpit. I don't know if that's the direction God is taking me in. What I do know is, after sitting down and taking the time to really unpack all of my embedded desires, not one, incorporated the corporate world, incorporated anything that I'm doing full time, which you guys know I don't disclose what I do full time on any of my platforms, just for a bit of privacy, but it doesn't include that. And the season that I'm in my life now is a season of pruning. And if you know anything about pruning, if you are a green thumb, I am low-key envious because I don't have a green thumb at all. But my idea of pruning is making sure, ensuring the item, vegetable, whatever that's growing has room to grow and grow properly, which could mean, of course, pruning away bad things, even pruning away good things. But there is a cutting process that takes place to ensure the growth and integrity of the thing that is growing. And I really feel like God has me in a pruning season. And I've been in this season, I feel like, since 2020. And baby, when I tell you, it has been a roller coaster ride. But the clothes, the unworn clothes, is a representation to me of all of the gifts and talents that I believe I have not shared yet. Either because of fear, because I feel inadequate, because I feel like I don't have enough time, or I feel like I should be focused on something more sustainable and tangible, as opposed to something that can be fleeting like media or content creation. Because most persons, especially if you are a geriatric millennial like me, who was raised by a baby boomer, the corporate space is where you grow. Having a secure 9 to 5 is how you really solidify your place in the world. Now, don't get me wrong. Hear me and hear me good. Crystal will always have a job. I mean, always. Right now, I have 2, 3, including content creation. She will always have a gig. And I actually enjoy my job. I do feel like it's changing. A lot of it is changing. Full-time and part-time. And now is the time to really lock in and use the unused gifts and talents that God has given me. So that will bring us to our next outfit that I will feature. But let me know what you guys think of this. I'm loving this. While I have you, I've also picked up some new accessories. Let's see. Starting with Miss Calendria. I have her stuffed, but I picked up this stone color Kelly in the silver hardware, and she is perfect. Like I said, I have her stuffed. It comes with the crossbody white stitching, and I believe this is the 28. I love a small bag when it is intentional, but for the most part, my bags have to have some type of structure and some size on them because, again, I'm so tall. So, we love her. Miss Calendria. Next up, we picked up the new Saint Laurent sunglasses, which are a vibe, even with this suit. Yeah, this is a vibe. Get into it. Love these. I love this color. I think this is what really got me. And it has Saint Laurent on the side. They have a little weight to them, but not too heavy that I don't like when designer shades feel like bricks. But these are really good. So we got these. And also, we picked up some Chanel flip-flops. Flip-flops, if you watch my summer trends video, flip-flops have been trending everywhere. So we picked up some flip-flops. Simple, comfortable, and I got the diamondette hardware because my other flats from Chanel are gold and black, and these would be given silver and black. So we picked these up. I am in a size 10, true 10, and these are a size 42. I sized up to make sure I had room. So in addition to the flip-flops, we got the Chloe slides, which are very, very comfortable. Haven't worn these yet. I haven't worn any of these pieces yet. And going back to my vulnerable space, but I'm excited to wear these. I think as it relates to summer shopping, I am good. Summer is not my favorite season. It's actually my least favorite season. So I'm good for summer shopping. All of the pieces that I will be getting moving forward will have to transition me into fall and also winter. So it's on record. We're done summer shopping. But these slides are fine. Very comfortable. Again, I'm in a size 10. And these are very comfortable. Yes. I need to style these up. We might do that on this video. Style these up. But these are giving. good for vacation. Yeah, these feel good. So, got these. And lastly, we got a pair of nude loops. And hole in my wardrobe. When I saw them, I grabbed them immediately. And they fit perfectly. With Christian Louboutin, I always size up a full size to a size size 10 equates to a 40, I think. And I size up to a full size. I size up a full size. So, in the heel is the 120 millimeter. And these are perfect. Perfect. Love these. So, I'm going to style these up with a number of pieces that I just picked up. So, okay, so that's it for Fashion Nova. That's it for Naked Wardrobe. Let's move into the Pretty Little Thing items and go from there. So, if you're wondering what closet therapy is simply us enjoying our closet, shopping our closet, while also having real conversations about where we are in life and becoming the women that we're called to be, becoming the women that we're growing into, and how the journey has been in getting there. So, next up, Pretty Little Thing. Pretty Little Thing did a revamp like a year ago, and I'm kind of here for it. This has been my first purchase since they've rebranded. And of course, the rebranding is going in line with the conversation. So I was influenced by Tashira from Politics and Fashion. We love her over here. She's a tall girly. I actually met her in person. She is a brilliant Black woman. And she had this on with the new 12 p.m. Studio collection, summer collection shades. She looked absolutely stunning. If I could find her reel, I'll post it here. And I just love this color. And it is a bubble romper. Like, how cute is this? I notice when I'm on vacation, I don't have any vacation looks. And I was struggling the last time I was out of town to find fun pieces for vacation. And this would have been perfect. My only critique about this romper is it doesn't have pockets. I would have loved it if it had pockets. This romper also represents where I'm trying to go in my life. You guys follow me. You know that I am not one that likes strapless anything. It is a psychological thing that I just cannot seem to break. But lately, I've been gravitating toward more pieces that are strapless. This being one of them. This is what it looks like all the way around. I stand at 6 feet tall. It does have stretch. So it is on the shorter side. However, I plan on wearing this on very hot days and on vacation. But back to why this represents where I am in my life, or where I'm going rather. Strapless pieces make me uncomfortable. I used to be self-conscious about my back knee. As I've gotten older, I stopped caring so much. Let me bring you guys up a little bit. Feels like, yeah. So now I'm getting more into strapless pieces. The reason why this represents where I'm going is because God is pulling me out of my comfort zone. I don't like to be uncomfortable. And I have fought to remain comfortable probably in the last 3 to 4 years because this pruning season has been so uncomfortable. I have made comfort an idol. And I literally had to, and I'm having to, repent of that and break this stronghold of comfortability. Now, with saying that, I am pushing myself to take better care of myself, to position myself, to start the process of getting things in order and really locking in to the things that I want to do, not based on what I feel like I'm supposed to do, based on society, based on comparison from my friends. And here's the thing with my friends. The friends that I thought I had, God literally ripped them away. Even relationships now that have been close to me have changed abruptly. And it has caused me distress. I'm not going to hold you. People that I thought I would be close to for the rest of my life, I'm noticing that our relationships had to change and have changed significantly. However, God hasn't left me hanging. He has placed people in my life that I'm forming new relationships with in unconventional ways and environments. So, naturally, seeing these new friends thrive in areas I feel I failed in does something to my psyche. And God is like, I didn't call you to that. If I called you to that, I would have graced you for it. Obviously, if you haven't finished, there's something else I want you to do. Doesn't mean you won't ever finish. But right now, there's something else I want you to do. And when I tell you that has been the hardest thing to accept, and I'm still fighting. I'm still fighting to get in. I'm still fighting to try to figure out how I'm going to work 2 jobs, go back to school, and still build a media empire. So, the comfortability piece that God is breaking me out of is leaning to my own understanding, not acknowledging Him in all my ways, and not allowing Him to direct my path. And He is making it difficult for me to do the things that I want to do. And it's uncomfortable. So, this is why we're here. I think this romper is absolutely adorable for shoes. Let's style it up. I have been eager to wear these. These are featured in Akira haul. One of these hauls, which after these last go rounds, my next haul probably won't be until fall. Because again, having all of these clothes that I have not worn is crazy. So, what are we thinking? I feel like I'm giving, I look like one of those little things from Sesame Street. I can't think. Was it the little, oh man. I think they were the little piglets that sung the song, I got a new way to walk. If you are a geriatric millennial, 35 and up, you know that song from Sesame Street. I feel like I look like one of them. But this can be dressed up. I don't know about these shoes. Let me know what you think if you can see me. Or I would just probably do some simple flip-flops. Oh, let me show you the flip-flops I got. When it's a trend of something, I go all in. So I think I would just do a simple flip-flop. Yeah, a barely there sandal, some big shades, a big bag, and call it a day. This would be a nice little resort throw and go. I'm thinking about going on another vacation at the end of August because I need it. I have no other explanation as to why. And this would be perfect. Perfect on those really, really hot days. So this is in a size 6. It should still be available. Whatever's available, I'll link below. There was a time where I thought confidence came from looking good, something that people naturally possess. However, I'm learning now that confidence is built on keeping promises to yourself, which I have not been good at. I have, again, allowed comfortability to keep me in a space where I've gotten lazy, I've procrastinated, and then add perimenopause on top of it. Although my doctor does not think I'm in perimenopause, my body is telling me that, ma'am, she is here. She is here. I'm seeing the signs, and it has been a bit of a struggle. So, my prayer now has shifted from God give me confidence to God help me to keep the promises that I've made to you and to me. If I say I'm going to do something, let me do it. And with that, it comes from holding myself accountable. Holding myself accountable to the things that I say I'm going to do, which that is one of the reasons why I feel like I have not been as successful as I want to be on my social media platforms. One, trying to juggle everything. Both of my jobs are very demanding. However, in full transparency, my part-time job is not as demanding as I'm trying to make it to be. But the reason why it feels so demanding is because I don't do a great job with resting. I am like a hamster on a hamster wheel. I try to do so many things thinking that I'm going somewhere, but I'm just running in place. And I don't do a good job of resting. I don't do a good job of prioritizing rest. I don't do a good job of making sure that my body is taken care of. I do work out. I do make a point to, work out. When I say work out, I'm very intentional about walking. But the promises that I make to myself, it feels like on a daily basis, I just don't seem to show up for myself. I show up for everybody else, but for me. And this season, God is telling me, no, you've been praying for confidence. You've been praying for all of these things. You're praying for elevation. You're praying for more. I need to be able to trust you with what you have now. Steward well over what you have now. I've called you to be a good steward. And quite frankly, I have not been that. And I'm committed now to making a point to showing up for myself first, then everyone else. Of course, God goes above all of us. But in showing up for Him is showing up for me. So we're moving from the lukewarm phase. And before you judge, if you are a Christian, I believe we all fall lukewarm in different seasons of our lives. Specifically seasons where things are going well. Seasons where not much is going on. Seasons where we think comfort is a good season where we're not progressing and evolving and growing, where we have associated being comfortable with being successful. So, with that, I'm making a point to pour into myself as much as I've poured into other people. And that looks like getting back into therapy. Started that. That also looks like figuring out what I love to do without other people. Living by myself, doing everything by myself. I used to hate going out by myself because I feel like I'm always by myself. But I'm learning you need to start enjoying your own company. And tonight, I did just that. Took myself out to a restaurant I wanted to go back to. And I went to a comedy show. Something that I've been wanting to do for almost a year. And haven't gone back. And I forced myself to get a ticket to go. And I had a great time. Would I have rather enjoyed that with either friends or a spouse? Absolutely. But do I have that now? No. My closest friends, my best friend, she lives 2 hours away from me. And she's also married. And between them, they have 7 children. One of which they just laid to rest. And she's one of 14. So it's very difficult for her to make time to spend together. And we could do a better job of prioritizing that. But I extend grace because I just know she has so much going on. And there have been other friends that I thought I was close to, that I've prioritized in a way that wasn't reciprocated. And quite honestly, put them in a space that they probably didn't need to be in the first place. And I've low-key known for quite some time that our relationship needed to shift. I just didn't want it to. And now that it has, it's made me very sad. But I know I will never go back to how things used to be. Because it has forced me, again, to pour into myself. So, with that, now that she's going out more, because I will go back to a couple of more comedy shows before this year is out, because I find that I love comedy shows. Who doesn't love to laugh? And I laughed very hard tonight. So, comedy shows, live music are my favorite things. And I'm prioritizing that. And I heard this quote from Reverend Jerry Flowers. I think his channel is Refinery TV. I'm not quite sure. But he had a sermon that I watched recently about fire extinguishers. Pretty much talking about lukewarm Christians. And how do you get back to being on fire for God? His quote stated, "Be disciplined until it becomes desire." And that thing got me. And not just for being on fire for God. I'm using that in every aspect of my life. So, now, on to this beautiful dress. Whoa! Lace has been trending big time. Boudoir. And when I tell you, this is a piece. Oh my goodness. Now, what I will say is, this is a very sexy dress. Very sexy dress. And I would definitely need boob tape. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to wear this, but I'm going to figure out a place to wear it. It is long enough That's one of the things I noticed about Pretty Little Thing. I'll talk louder. That's one of the things I noticed about Pretty Little Thing that I love. Their dresses are long enough for my tall frame. I stand at 6 feet tall, and this dress hits my ankles. Perfect. I love this detailing. I love this detailing. I love that it's satin and brown. I love that the panelings are lace. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous dress. How would I style it? Pop it with a red. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah. I will pop it with a red strappy situation. Y'all know I love a lace-up situation. You wouldn't be able to see the lace, but oh, yes. Keep the bag simple and have a look. Again, I have no clue where I'm going to wear this dress. And I'm going against my own rule about buying pieces, buying outfits and not pieces, but I needed to get this dress. Once I'm lubed up and glistening, this will be a showstopper. And I'm not quite sure why this keeps coming on here. But could be a date night. Love, love, love this dress. I might even shoot it. That's another thing I'm getting back into. I'm locking in like it's 2021. Into 2020. And we stuck in the house with nothing to do. And the only thing I had to keep me sane was my creativity because of that pandemic. I'm locking in like my life depended on it. So we're getting back to shooting. And this is something I might shoot. So with that being said, confidence like discipline. Be so confident until it becomes innate and desirable. As I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself. So hopefully you're getting something from it. Comment below confidence if you made it to this point of the video. All right, moving right along. Building your dream while working. My problem with that was I wasn't clear on my dream. The Bible says, write the vision, make it plain. And I couldn't even make it plain because I had no vision. I thought I wanted the life that coincided with the career, moving up, going to school, getting the degrees, continue to move up, going that route. What I found was what I wanted to do is exactly what I'm doing now. And instead of focusing on building on what I've already started, I found myself doing a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, and feeling so burnt out that I wasn't giving my best at anything. And my therapist said this to me a couple of years ago. Prioritize where you want to give your best. It is impossible to give your best in everything. You're one person. And I made a decision the other night. And I'm going to pray about it. But if it be God's will, I'm making a decision to build on this dream. This dream, doing television, inspiring women, ministering, fashion, beauty, thinking that I had to pick one of those things, but realizing I can use all of these things. Hence, the unused clothes. I can use all of these things, and all of it can be a part of my dream. And instead of strategizing what that looks like in the context of where I am now, I focus so much on someone else's dream, which, don't get me wrong, again, I do love my job. I love most of the people that I work with. I love all of the people that I work with, and actually like most of the people that I work with. I make great money. But I do know, having been in a buyout, having been unemployed not once, not twice, but 3 times, I've lost 3 jobs. Having been so broke that I literally had nothing. Like nothing. Like literally homeless. Having to start over so many times. I know the importance of making sure you have a solid income. I'm not dismissing that. Entrepreneurship is not for the faint at heart. And I don't know if I necessarily desire right now entrepreneurship. I actually know for a fact that I do not desire entrepreneurship by itself. So while I'm working on building the dream, I'm also working. And how I'm balancing it, I haven't, quite frankly. That is why I feel like I've been out of my mind. I have not been balancing it properly because I've been trying to give each aspect my best. So what I've decided is we're going to stop, we're going to pause, and we're going to seek the Lord in prayer and fasting and ensure that what I desire aligns with His desires. And once I get the release, now that I'm clear on the vision, wrote it out yesterday, literally last night, actually this morning. I was up until 4:30 this morning, just me and chat, just talking, well, what does this look like? And now that I have a clear picture of how I can incorporate all of the things that I want to do, inspiring women, not just women, inspiring the masses, influencing the masses through fashion and beauty, building confidence, being a conduit of healing and transformation, building a media empire, doing television, speaking on panels, having my counseling business, doing all of the things, ministering, making faith my foundation. Now that I'm clear exactly what that looks like, we're going to seek the Lord. We're going to make sure it aligns with Him. And once I get the peace about it and the release, we hitting the ground running. While simultaneously showing up and doing what it is that I need to do for my job and being the best employee that I can, doing what my assigned duties are, but also knowing that that is fueling this. And that's how I create the balance. So, I don't have the expectation that this organization that I'm in will promote me. Not saying that they won't, but I don't have the expectation of taking on different roles. Or let me say it like this. If I don't get all of those things, because I am going to pursue them, if I don't get all of those things, I know that's not my primary focus. My primary focus is using that to fuel this. So, building on what we already have. Stewarding well on what we already have is the key. And that's what we got to do to ensure that we are becoming the women that we are called to be. Is it easy? No. Will it be worth it? Absolutely. So, while we're speaking about building, this next dress. Now, It's not giving that much shape, but that was intentional. Because the way, look how flowy and loose it is. And it's also long enough. So the way, immediately when I saw this dress, the way that I wanted to style it is to style it down. Don't want to dress it up. No frills, no nothing fancy. So let's build this look. Do I have it on right? Yes, I do. Let's build on this look. I immediately thought of these. So let's do these. I don't know what number. I'm not even in frame. I don't know what number New Balance this. Oh, it has it right here. The Intelligent Choice 327. Look at this color. It is such a unique color. I'm not going to put both of them on because it should be after midnight by now. We got the shoe. It's called the wrong shoe theory. Pairing the wrong shoes with looks to create that fashion girl aesthetic. So to continue to build on the look, I would do my fanny pack with this. My MCM fanny pack. Cute, casual, day of running errands. I could even wear this to work. I love this. It came together exactly how I had it in my head. Don't you love that when you put outfits together in your head and try them on in real life? Let me stand up straight. And try them on in real life. They come together the way that they're supposed to. So, this is a good idea. And look how long this dress is on me. Like, it hits the ground. So, with that being said, tying it back into balancing, building. The way that we build this look is the way that we need to be building our dreams. So, I encourage you, take some time to really think about what it is that you want. And are you doing and aligning yourself with that? Have you sought the Lord and asked Him, is what I'm doing should be the thing that I'm doing? I have this desire, but I feel like I have to do this because this is safe, this is comfortable, this is what works. Or should I trust you? Should I stand on faith? Should I do this and feel that? Same way we build this look, same way we should be building our dreams. So, with that said, moving right. One thing God has been teaching me throughout this pruning season is preparation always comes before promotion. And a lot of times we hear the storm becomes the hardest before the breakthrough. And all storms aren't created equal, in my opinion. Sometimes storms can look like stagnation. We associate storms with so much going on and chaos and health issues, financial issues, and, frustrations about relationships or everything not going well or whatever the case. Yes, those are storms. But sometimes I think we miss storms can also be the frustration behind stagnation. And that's where I'm at now. I feel that I've been stagnant for quite some time. And I know it's partly because of me and the comfortability that I'm holding on to, the exhaustion from the changes that are taking place. All of these dresses are showing my boobies, and I'm sitting up here trying to talk about the Lord. Forget me, y'all. But this is real conversations, real people, real me. I'm giving you the full Crystal. She's still sexy and holy. I do feel like I'm going to alter this dress, though, because this is a dress I want to wear to church, and I can't go like this, obviously. So I think I am going to tack it just so that amount of cleavage will show. But preparation before promotion. And what I am confident in is God is preparing me for something. Between the changes or loss in friendships, between the ebbs and flows of the jobs, between the stagnation, between the habits he's pruning away, between the shaking me and getting my attention to lock into him, to be on fire for him again, to move from lukewarm, to cut away these bad habits that I'm having, from the laziness, the procrastination, the self-doubt, the fear, the guilt. Preparation comes before promotion. And instead of looking at this season and getting upset, which I was, I'm changing my perspective and looking at it as grounds for preparation for promotion. Because where he's taking me, and also where I want to go, this is minor stuff. I can't be doing stuff halfway if I'm looking to build a media empire. If I am the person that people are looking to for influence, impact, if I am a conduit of healing and transformation, if I am providing services, fashion, beauty as the backdrop, if I am doing all of these things and the level I want to do them on, I can't be comfortable and not feeling like doing stuff, not taking care of my body, not resting, and definitely not seeking God first and keeping him first and locking into the spiritual disciplines. I am going to find myself going crazy because the level and the status that I want to reach, there is a level of spiritual warfare that if I'm not in tune and in sync and locked in fully with God, I can easily be persuaded, discernment off. I can be easily influenced. So this is the preparation. It's not fun, but it is worth it. Now that I'm clear on the dream and where I want to go, now that I feel like God has brightened that path, and yeah, once I seek him and get the peace, I'm already feeling the peace about it and also feeling the excitement behind it. And what better way to associate excitement than the color orange? Y'all like that segue? Y'all know this is the closet therapy, the new closet therapy. We doing this thing. I don't own. Let me check. I have one dress in this color. And I don't wear this color often. But every time I do, it does something to me. That orange, again, shout out to Politics and Fashion, Tashira. That orange, mwah. This dress is gorgeous. Another luxuriating dress. Again, it is super long. Look at that. To my ankles. Unheard of. I love the cutout. I love the fluidity. I love the pleats. I love everything about it. It is perfect. Again, this is something that I did want to wear to church. So we're going to alter that. I don't have it zipped up all the way because we're fading and fading fast. And this is me holding myself accountable. After this dress, I'm going to wrap it up. I am going to save the Forever. I keep saying Forever 21. Do I want that store to come back? Like, I keep saying Forever 21. The Fashion Nova pieces for another time because I just don't have it in me. I'm listening to my body and I'm going to get a good night's rest. So we're going to wrap it up after this dress. But this can be styled with a number of things. Bomb earrings, nice gold bag, again, simple pair of slides. Or I wouldn't do the wrong shoe theory with this. You could do some color blocking. Let's see. These little shoes peeking through the bottom. Perfection with a colorful bag. Like, you can really, really go all out in this dress. So let me put these back. So yeah, with that, let me know which look was your favorite. Also, this is something new. We're revamping the closet therapy. I got this idea at first from Jerenika Macia. I follow the girls. I follow the fashion girls. I follow and support the fashion girls. I got this idea from Jerenika Macia to film it because it's something that I do regularly. I'm always in my closet coming up with stuff, playing around in it. Let me stop fidgeting. And now, since I'm clear on the dream, we're still seeking the Lord for confirmation. This is the direction we want to go. But you are going to notice a different undertone in my videos, starting with this one. And let me know what you guys think. What is your favorite outfit? What are some of the things that you are dealing with in this season? What do you believe God is calling you to? Let's have the dialogue in the chat. Please, please, please follow me on all social media platforms. That is Instagram, TikTok, and my website, Way to Serve Style. And yeah, I think that's it. Be well, be safe, be blessed, guys. See you in the next closet therapy. Bye.